Hey Todd Martin participants, my name is Jill and I am from Michigan State University. I'm a sports psychology practitioner there. And I know this week your big theme, big focus is on mindfulness. So I wanted to give you a quick little video with some practical tips and a few skills that you can put in place today to be more mindful on and off the court. So I want to start by asking a question. Have you ever been in a practice or a tennis game and felt like your mind got in the way of what your body knew how to do? Like you were overthinking a shot, or after you missed a serve, or after you made a mistake, you got swept up in all of these distracting thoughts like, I'm not good enough, I can't believe I made that mistake, and it totally took you out of your game or out of your practice. If you're like me, I've had those thoughts before, and a lot of them, in particular on the soccer field when I was a student athlete myself, and even now when I'm a coach on the sidelines and get caught up in the heat of competition in the game. That's totally normal to get swept up in our thoughts and some of our emotions in sport and in life when there's lots of pressure and adversity that we might be facing. The good news is, though, that we can train our brain. We can improve our ability to focus and be in the present and do what's best for us in that moment, what our body knows how to do. And sometimes our brain gets in the way of what our body can do. And when we're in the present, when we're paying attention on purpose to the present moment, that's really what mindfulness is all about. It's important to remember that when we're focused on the present moment, we need to do so with an attitude of curiosity and kindness. So curiosity just means we're open to whatever aspects of our experience are happening. So any thoughts or feelings that arise, what's taking place around us, coach who's giving us instruction, or a teammate who's giving us encouragement or maybe distracting us. And then we're kind to ourselves when we bring our attention to the present moment. Kindness means we're not judging ourselves harshly, like if we've made a mistake, and we don't judge ourselves for having any of the thoughts or feelings that come up in that present moment. We just recognize that it's there and allow it to be instead of avoiding it. So if that's what mindfulness is, how can we build our ability to stay in the present moment, to focus on what's most important for us to be at our best on and off the court? One way we can train our brain and practice and kind of get some mental reps in is with mindful breathing. Breathing is really simple, but it's not always easy. As a quick practice, I just want you to sit in a comfortable position. So if you're outside in a chair or outside before practice, just sit in a comfortable position, nice and straight up, kind of like you're sitting with confidence in an alert position. And you're just going to find a comfortable rhythm, a comfortable pace and depth of breath. Okay, so just taking some deep breaths in and out, not judging yourself for an inhale or an exhale that doesn't feel comfortable or doesn't feel deep enough, doesn't feel fast enough. You're just trying to find a comfortable pace and rhythm, just focusing on your breath. And as you get further along and find that comfortable rhythm, then I want you to try to, as best as you can, count up to 50. Just focusing on that count. So in and out is 1. And as you start counting up to 50, you might notice that your mind starts to wander and you lose track of your count, or you start thinking about things in between your count, right? Know that that's totally normal. Our minds wander. And right, the practice is just for you to be aware of when your mind wanders, when you start thinking about something else. Just like on the court, when you might start having self-doubting thoughts like, I can't do this after you make a mistake, right? That's your mind wandering. And the exercise is, can you simply just bring your attention back to the present, back to your breath, back to your counting, 1, 2, all the way up to 50, to be able to respond and stay present in that moment rather than react and get caught up by the wandering thoughts that you're having. So mindful breathing is a super easy way. Some other ways to be more mindful and exercise our mindfulness muscle is to do it in our daily activities. We don't necessarily need to pause and take a few mindful breaths on the court, or pause and take mindful breaths counting up to 50 in our daily life. We can do it in activities that we're already doing. A few activities you might try to just be really present to and be aware of your experience doing those activities, whatever thoughts you have, whatever feelings come up as you're doing them, are things you do in your day-to-day, like eating a meal, brushing your teeth, taking a shower, mindfully going for a walk, or talking to a family member, friend, or teammate, and really trying to listen generously and be present for that conversation. Be fully sort of present in the interaction that you have with them. So those are all some examples of things you can do to exercise for your mindful muscle. Remember to be open and curious as you try these new exercises. And ultimately, there's no right way to practice. Just do what works for you. Knowing, though, that the more you practice, bringing your attention to the present, the more you're able to bring your focus back to the moment, to the task at hand, rather than get swept up in those distracting thoughts or those self-doubting thoughts, the better you're going to be able to do that on the court or in any performance situation, like in the classroom when you're taking a test. So good luck being the best in the present moment and being mindful.